Hello everybody and welcome to Liquid Pasture Community League week number 7. I am your host Loop, and after a 1 or 2 week hiatus we are back. That is right after the 5 games that were casted in a row a few weeks ago. I have decided to return. I mean, in all honesty, it was a little bit of a break for me. I'm not going to lie. We had a bye week as well because of various things. We had a couple of teams drop out, so we haven't really had a schedule that we could work with. And I was trying to work around some things, but we're back. That's all that matters. And here we are on week number 7 for the match between team number 7 and team number 3. Team number 7. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure team number 7 is the Dire team with Vensetsu, and team number 3 is the Radiant side. But I really do need to work on getting that one. So, anyway, just talking about things right now. We have Keeper of the Light, Magnus, Nyx Assassin, and Bat Rider all banned out. This is on this 6.77C patch, so the slight nerfs to Nyx and Coddle have come out, but obviously, if you've read the patch notes, I don't feel like they were big enough, or they were really substantial enough to take them down from their tier 1 status. Anyway, first picks come out. We have Darkseer from the Dire team, and from the Radiant side, excuse me, and Luna and Disruptor actually from the Dire team. Very interesting so far. I do have to say I like the combination of Luna and Disruptor of thinking about it. The Connect field, if you can get that down on even 2 or 3 heroes, just allows you to separate them well enough off from everybody else that the Eclipse is going to manage to get through. Disruptor's just so good at, well, I mean, what his name says exactly. He disrupts everything about the flow of battle for the enemy. And against the Darkseer, if you put him in a tri-lane, the Darkseer can surge away, but it's not going to matter. He's going to be coming right back, no matter how far he gets away with a good glimpse. Interesting seeing this picked up. You have a Rubik and a Tidehunter picked up now from the Radiant side, so I imagine with the Darkseer, they could decide to go with the offlane Tidehunter. I don't know if that would be the best idea against the Disruptor, against the Luna, because I think Tidehunter is very weak against tri-lanes anymore. But they do pick up the Rubik to go against it, and there are quite a good number of spells here. He has Eclipse, he has the Warlock, Golems, of course he can get. I don't know if it's worth it to get Fatal Bonds. Maybe it would be if you got with the Tidehunter, but he does have some good things. Even getting something like the Disruptor Ultimate, Static Storm, is going to be really strong if you can get it down correctly. But we're just going to have to wait and see, figure out what happens with that. I mean, thinking about it, Fatal Bonds actually might be a really good thing to steal if you can. You have the Darkseer Vacuum, which will put them all in the same place, and then the Tidehunter ult. So you're going to have the damage going through there, and you're going to be able to confine the enemy into a small AoE. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens exactly with that. Right now, Radiant side's lanes are very well open, I feel. Darkseer could be run either mid or on the off lane. Tidehunter could be a support. They can run Tidehunter mid. I don't really recommend it against a Warlock, though, because that's what I'm feeling from the Dire side. I feel like it's going to be a Warlock mid. But we've already seen the second set of bans come out, and we're going through by this really fast. We have Queen of Pain, Shadow Demon, Faceless Void banned out from the Dire team. Pretty decent. Queen of Pain does actually really well against the Warlock. Warlock's pretty squishy, all things considered, so Queen of Pain can get in there, burst him down, harass him out of lane without much problem. Faceless Void would be another issue. Chronosphere would really hurt the team fight that the Dire team's going for, and of course Shadow Demon is never something that you want to be fighting up against. Meanwhile, from the other side, we have a Chen, Leshrac, and Lina banned out. Good follow-up stuns. Chen, of course, is a very strong jungler, and it does feel like both teams are going to be going with defensive tri-lanes. Disruptor, I don't really feel works in an offensive tri-lane, and Rubik, Rubik is another one I don't feel that works in an offensive tri-lane either. Curious to see exactly what they want to do with this, though. I don't know where they're going to go with this pick. They still do need a carry, and I feel like they might also pick up a mid. But I think right now they're going to probably end up picking the carry. And if you get somebody like a anti-mage who can split push really well, that might work. And you know what? I'm going to say it. Actually, if you watched, I think it was G1 League recently, you got to see Morphling, and just how effective Morphling still is if he can get to the late game. And if you don't have any fear of an offensive tri-lane, you could pick up a Morphling here as well, and really, really punish any 5-man team fighting that goes on with it. I don't know exactly what they're thinking. I don't know what they're going to end up doing. But I feel like a split pusher would be the way to go on this. And they pick up a life stealer. Decent choice. Maybe not my favorite pick that they could have gone with overall. Although he will be up and going much faster than an anti-mage or a morphling. So, I know it's so weird to hear somebody calling for a morphling or an anti-mage in a game. But Lifestealer gets going quickly, so we're going to be seeing a pretty strong mid-game out of both teams, it seems. I'm curious to see now what they pick up. Dire team, I still feel, needs an offlaner and one more good support. Trying to think about who's in the pool. I mean, you could go with an Enchantress. Enchantress would be really strong. Jakira, oh, okay. Jakira they decide to go with. Very strong pick in some ways. Ooh. Oh, okay, that's why I recognize. Okay, I've seen this before. They like to pick a jungling Doombringer. A lot, actually. They pick this hero quite often, if I'm not mistaken. And this is an interesting pick. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. I don't know how they're going to lane this. We could be seeing a Rubik or a Tidehunter mid, and the Darkseer in the off lane. But I'm curious to see now. I mean, they have some really tanky heroes between Doom, Lifestealer, and Tidehunter. And that's some pretty decent push coming out of them with Doom. Doom is actually not too bad at pushing at all. I am curious to see how they're going to build their Doombringer, though. Because he's somebody that you never see in... You don't see him at all in competitive play. But I'm curious to see what the last pick's going to be out of here. I feel like it's going to have to be an offlaner. They still have a Windrunner available. A Windrunner, I think, would actually do pretty well for them. Just the power shot spam coming in from would be strong. Trying to think of other offlaners. You could go Weaver as well. Weaver is very underrated to me. He gets going very, very quickly, and he's kind of hard to kill with a Lifestealer or a Tidehunter, so they'd almost have to commit the Rubik there. And even then, I still don't feel like he would be in a lot of danger. So you can see the Weaver coming out, Windrunner coming out wouldn't be too bad, like I said. Thinking who else? You know, you can... Obviously, you can't go Broodmother. I would love to, as much of I would love to see a Broodmother. You can't really go with that in this case. But I am curious. Maybe a Nature's Prophet as well wouldn't be too bad. They sure are taking their time on this one. So. And they go with a Lone Druid. Okay. So Lone Druid works about the same way. I don't think he's going to have... If they run him in the off lane, he's not going to be under a whole lot of pressure. So it's a good pickup. I think, in all honesty, the Weaver might have been a better pick, but we'll have to see how it works out. Right. So, anyways, guys. Curious to see exactly what Radiant side is going to do. And that's the lanes I'm going to be watching, because I do feel like this is a jungling Doombringer. And if not, it's going to be a mid Doombringer, which would be a little bit more weird in my opinion, but it could also make sense. Alright. Anyway, let's start off with the Dire team. On the Disruptor, you have Van Netsu, Nez playing the Lone Druid, Tuna Barrett on Shakiro, Drill on Luna, and Mambo on the Warlock. For the Radiant side, we have Dr. Fluffy on the Doombringer, Peiwu on the Tidehunter, Tezuki on the Lifestealer,
what's with all the
Think on the Darkseer, and Vanilla Please on the Rubik. And interestingly enough, Doombringer is sitting up here in mid, so it does look to be a mid Doombringer. He has skilled Devour first, which is the right call. I do, when running any kind of mid or anything, I guess I would prefer, if I was playing a Doombringer mid, I think I would prefer the Dire side, just because the hard camp right here is a lot closer to the lane. but it isn't too bad. Isn't too bad at all, actually, I think. You see,
30 seconds to showtime.
yep, it is a defensive tri-lane, and really, they're actually going offensive tri-lane on the Dire side. I don't know how much I agree with this just because of damage, but it might not be too bad. Disruptor with Glimpse and Kinetic Field can be really strong. You have Luna, who's also very good, Jakiro as well. Maybe a bit more defensive than other supports. Excuse me.
And they're off.
But shouldn't be too bad. I think that this could work out pretty decently well for him. Against this, we have a pause here. All right. But anyway, looking at this, I feel like the Dire side, I feel like they're pretty even, all things considered. You have the Tide Hunter down here, who can do some decent damage, but he's going to need some levels. But he's going to need some levels in order to become very effective. Rubik doesn't have a whole lot to him, though, in the tri-lane. The only reason... Rubik also does need levels. So I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work out well for him. I don't know. I think we're going to just have to let this play out. Lone Druid versus Darkseer should also be should be about an even matchup. And it's going to come more down to player skill than anything else. The thing I'm worried about most, though, I can honestly say I've never seen Doombringer versus Warlock in mid. And I've honestly never played the matchup. So I don't know exactly how that one's going to go, or how he's going to be building the Doombringer. I'm going to have to be watching that pretty closely. Has started out with a Stout Shield and the Ring of Protection, so probably going to be going for an early Ring of Basilius in order to help Doom's mana problems. Warlock, if we're taking a look at him, he isn't quite bottle rushing. Has gone with a fairly normal build. Looking around at what else we have here. Luna also has an early Ring of Protection. Probably going to be going into the Ring of Aquila, Drums, Tranquil Boots build. I'm curious to see how that build's affected by the recent nerfs. As Tranquil Boots no longer... Actually, Tranquil Boots give you less move speed than regular boots when they break. So... checking out things, we are looking at Lifestealer. So yeah, I mean, it's fairly standard, nothing too... Oh, and they're going right away. That's, and with the Luna... As soon as Luna hits level 2, they're going to be able to trade hits a lot more effectively, thanks to Lunar Blessing. And oh! Maybe one of the mini-stun there first. Probably could have set that up a little bit nicer for them, if they did. But apparently this one was not blocking off the pole camp. So I don't think they're really going to care about that ward at all. Lifestealer has to pop the rage. He got down really low. And we can see he had to use up the salve already. So pretty decent so far out of the Dire team here. Luna has got 2 last hits in the first creep waves, in the first 2 creep waves. So it's going to be interesting to see how exactly they decide that they're going to go for this. Checking out mid right now. Doom is leading the way with 5 last hits. Oh. And he just got his Ring of Basilius here, so... looking around. Also, they're staying pretty even, though. Oh, and I thought I heard somebody going. Misses the pull timing. Oh. They put up another ward just to block the camp. So no triple stack there for them. But I don't think they needed to do it. They do have... Yeah, they've got a set of Alpha Wolves. I don't think there's any reason to triple stack. Darkseer looking to cut the creep wave. Has managed to get it pulled behind there. Oh, and he's doing some pretty nice harassment here. Granted, it's going to take a little bit of damage. Going to need the Tranquil Boots up soon. Oh. Uh-oh, 2-man Ice Path here, and He's taking a lot of damage. Disruptor's going to be the first blood thanks to Rubik. Lifestealer is able to rage up and get away. So nice play there by them. Even despite the two-man Ice Path and the rest of the follow-up from Luna and Disruptor, they do manage to get the kill on him. And now they're going to be able to basically pull the waves here and just deny experience entirely from the Dire team. Take a look at it. Lifestealer's got only 5 last hits though, so he is getting out last hit badly by Luna. But Luna's not too bad so far. 780 gold right now. You know. Taking a look back in mid, we have Doombringer. Doombringer's level 4 right now. Is going to be maxing out Scorched Earth. So okay, this is about the standard build that I do. I usually get 1 point into Devour just for the bonus gold and the bonus abilities when I have the chance to. 1, 2, and then you max out Scorched Earth for the regen. Oh, jeez. Oh, they get Lifestealer, but they trade Luna for it. So that's not the best trade. Luna does get the experience for that, so she is going to be right here, still in the same area. So she is going to get a little bit of the better of the trade, and Warlock going down hard, and he hits. Doom manages to chase him all the way down past the tier 2 and gets him with the level death. So well played by him, actually getting him at level 5. So he didn't even have the bonus damage. Oh, never mind. He skilled a second point into the level death, so he did get the bonus damage from it as well. So smart play there, getting a good kill on mid. And that's going to slow down the Warlock pretty significantly. He actually went boots first. Interestingly enough, no bottle at all from either one of the mids. Ooh, and a cold attack now. It's the cold attack from that. And the Venetsu's in a lot of trouble here. He's taking a lot of damage. And Luna's going to come in, and they managed to save him, but no Ice Path, no mana on Jakira, so Jakira can't do him a whole lot. Venetsu doesn't have any mana either, so right now they're just holding on by the skin of their teeth. Looking around, Tidehunter wasted a whole lot of mana. He still does have enough for an Anchor Smash. Rubik does have to pop a Clarity. So, I mean, Luna's doing really well about getting last hits, but and they are leading in the farm as far as I can tell. But they are taking... But I feel like Radiant side is getting the better of the levels. I'm taking a look at the experience graph. A little bit. Okay, so not too badly. It is only 250 right now. So it's not that as bad as I would have imagined at first. But I will say the Dire team is holding their own quite nicely, I have to say. Oh, jeez. I missed that entirely. Doombringer and Darkseer both dived the Lifestealer up top here.
The Dire
so
might want to mine their top
another
tower.
good kill out of them. They're now leading 4-1, and this is... Getting your Lone Druid killed is something that you never want to have happen, and interestingly enough, he's got 1,500 gold in the bank. He might be going just for... Oh, Rubik, you gotta be careful, man.
You know the drill.
Rubik's gonna die to creeps if he doesn't watch himself, though.
Mine their top tower.
He's got to get back. This is far too dangerous for him. That's doing a nice job de-warding. Oh,
getting banged up.
That's not in vision range. Really? Now let's check this out. I don't think no.
Radiant's mid
He
tower
actually
could
can't
use a
see
hand.
that. He actually can't see the ward with where it is. So Lifestealer level 4. Luna's not 6 yet, so she isn't going to be able to. So they're still waiting for that. She does have Tranquil Boots up, so that'll help her a lot. Lifestealer doesn't have a whole lot of farm. He actually is only sitting on a wand and a shield right now. Taking a look at what else they have.
Coming apart.
I mean, if we look at Lone Druid, yeah, Lone Druid. Oh, jeez. Oops. Lone Druid did buy Tranquil Boots for himself, so I'm not sure what he's going to be going for first. Doom is up here, so he's going to have to be careful. And I don't think he saw the Doombringer. Doombringer is leveling up level death. Multiplier is 4, so not quite. Oh, but he does have Doom up, and so this is going to be he's going to kill him. He's dead.
Somebody's cooking.
They're going to be able to get out of there scot-free. Warlock is level 7. But yeah, the Doom and the TP reaction was just a little bit too late to help him out there. We're taking a look at Radiant side. A lot of people low right now. So while you can argue that, you know, they're winning the top lane pretty hard, they're not doing or Radiant side is winning the top lane pretty hard. They're winning the middle lane pretty hard. I feel like they're losing the tri lane just about as hard. Luna's farm, I mean, well, not the greatest. Oh, and if they get a kill here, this is a definite loss. And this is a big one. If he ice pass, oh, gets him with the dual breath instead. Doesn't even waste the ice path on him. So another really good kill out of the Dire team. And both the deaths now are on that Lifestealer. Lifestealer's sitting at 0-2 and 1. So that's a big deal. I mean, this is a big concern for them. Well, they have managed to shut down the lone druid. He does have a glove of haste. I don't think he's going to be going for a Midas. At least I hope he isn't. They do need to deny this tower, though. Yep, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to deny the tower. Tidehunter and Rubik are smoked up. Going to be taking a look for anybody that they can catch out. Unfortunately, everybody has just left the jungle. I don't know if they saw them. They do have the sentry right there, so they could have seen the Tidehunter. They don't have any idea where the Disruptor is right now, though. Disruptor is going to spot out their ward. And the pings come down. So, Rubik ends, the smoke ends, so I don't know if they're going to be able to get him. Nope. They do know a sentry ward is here, and they find it. Yep. Sentry ward didn't have a whole lot of time left on it, though, so it's not really the most useful counter warding that they've done. I do have to say, I like the Dire team's warding. They've got good ward coverage of the enemy jungle. So if they manage to get the lane to back here, I feel like they're going to be able to farm up the Luna in this lane again. Luna, taking a look right now, is still only level 5, so that's a bit of a concern for her. So I'm curious to see where they're going to be going right now. Because right as it stands, the supports on the Dire team, Shakira's level 5. He's actually almost out-leveling the Luna. Just in various... From the way that the tri-lane went, he's actually out-leveling Luna almost. So I do feel that this is a bit of a mistake. I think Luna still should be farming up a little bit more. Is going... Oh. Big amount of damage, and... He is... Doom's taking a lot. Oh, Venetsu gets killed off by the Tidehunter, though.
Now you're fish food.
This is a really weird team fight, I have to say. No TP reaction until just now. Oh, and Doom is going to take the Golem. The Golem should be enough to kill. Oh, but he lets the Golem go. Real? Oh, fatal. Did he have fatal bonds on him, or was he burning still from the Golem? I couldn't tell. Luna does hit 6 and pops the ultimate. It is going to man fight up the Lifestealer. This is a bad fight for Lifestealer though, and he's going to die. And Tidehunter coming right back in. Not level 6 yet, so no ultimate. Bombo has to watch out though. He does see him, and there he goes, kills him with the gush. Does hit level 6 thanks to that kill. So a really weird and awkward team fight from both sides there, I have to say. I'm not exactly sure. It really just, it felt strange to watch, I guess would be the best way to describe it, because nobody really was committing. The TPs were all very slow. One more hit on this Golem and he should die. Rubik hits the 300, gets the 100 gold from him. Doombringer up top here now, though. Has gone for a bit more of a different build. Maxed out level death, has 2 into Scorched Earth. Still has the cold attack from the Frost Spirit that he got earlier. I'm curious to see what he's going to end up going with. The Satyrs are always good. Centaur Stomp, of course, decent. Oh, gets an Ice Bat. Eats an Ice Bat, though. I didn't even notice this, but they had the top tier 1 tower down. So Dire team doing also a good job of pushing as well. I guess that's why this stuff was late? I don't know. I guess it... Yeah, they got right after the Tidehunter killed Warlock. Okay. So yeah. After the end of that awkward engagement, I guess Lone Druid took that top tower. Taking a look at XP graph right now, we have Dire Team winning by only 500, so it's fairly even, but the gold graph is where it's really different. The Radiant have those two towers down. Dire Team only has the one up top, so they should be leading by about 1,000 if you don't count the tower. Anyway, taking a look around. Lone Druid sitting at the top of the board at last hits, looking at net worth, though. Luna's actually not doing too bad as far as net worth goes. She is now starting to farm into the jungle, has the Helm of the Dominator finished. And, you know, it's a little, the map right now does feel a little clustered, or not clustered, constricted, I suppose, if you're the Dire Team. Just because, this is the problem when it comes to these early push strats. You really need to be making sure that everybody in your team is going for kind of the same thing. If she had been going drums right now, if she had the drums finished right now, she could be also well on the way to Ring of Aquila. Having probably a Wraith Band and drums right now would be a little bit better, especially with all the crowd control that you do have. You have the Disruptor, you have the Jakiro, and then of course you have the Warlock and his Golem as well. Interesting, he's putting points into... He's actually putting points into Upheaval, rather than the usual build for most people, which is just 1 point into Fatal Bonds, max out the heal, and then skip Upheaval entirely. Not sure. I mean, it obviously does make sense if you're gonna... He isn't going to be the main damage dealer. He's basically going to rely on the Warlock entirely. Anyways, we have right now a lot of people crowding around mid. So I'm curious to see exactly what they plan on doing. Luna is still managing to find a little bit of gold, but she needs to be off somewhere else farming, in my opinion. Going up here to top lane might not be the worst idea, although you are pretty far away from any TP support. But as it stands, Doom is, you know... Doom has up... Is he going Shadowblade? Huh. Doom, I think, is going Shadowblade, but I'm not entirely positive. Does have Arcane Boots up, so he is going to be trying to spam his abilities a lot. We've got 4 here from the Dire sitting mid. So I'm curious, I feel like this is going to be a push in. And Lifesteal, yeah, Tidehunter's going to TP down. He does have the ultimate up. Does have Arc Boots finished. And so we're going to see. They have
Double damage.
They have Darkseer and Tidehunter both with Arcane Boots, so they could probably defend this at least decently well. I don't think they're going to be able to take a team fight. But if you notice, Lifestealer is actually, like... He's actually slightly behind... Oh no, okay, because of the deaths, he's actually really far behind in net worth. I forgot about the death difference between the two, and Luna has been involved in more kills. Alright, taking a look at Warlock, seems like he's starting up an Aghanim Scepter, gets the point booster first. Lifestealer, I'm not sure exactly what he's going for. Doom has something on the way to him. I don't know exactly what it is. He's got the Claymore in his stash. Okay, he's just sending the Claymore to himself. As a heal. Interesting. So he's got the heal from the Forest Troll. I mean, I guess I've actually picked that up once or twice. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure how I feel about it. If you look at levels, levels is actually pretty much dead even. Oh jeez, and this is Darkseer getting caught out hard. Rubik does steal that, and the Ravish goes down. They get, oh wow, they get 2. They get the Luna and the Disruptor, and Warlock's in trouble as well. They do manage to get the Darkseer and the Rubik, but one more gush. Oh, haste. This is going to be a problem for Jakiro. Jakiro is actually going to go down as well. Warlock manages to escape, but I mean, they trade their carry and 2 supports for the support in the offlaner. So maybe not the best trade at all. Warlock did also use up the Golem, so he's not going to have that for another minute or 2. And right now I feel like Radiant Team has to know this, and they have to push. Sorry about that. Doombringer, let's see, has 1100 gold. I really have to assume that he's going Shadowblade. Which I don't, I don't think is the worst idea ever, actually, to be perfectly fair. Warlock Golem goes down. Rubik taking a look at him. He's the 5. He doesn't really have a whole lot. Tidehunter, like I said, has the Arc Boots, has the Magic Wand. I don't know if he had I don't know if he had the branches to begin with, so probably could have just left that as a stick, been just as safe. Lifestealer has an item on the way to him. Checking out what that is. Oh, he's got the rest of his armlet finished, so he's actually not doing as bad as I thought he was. Oh, that's cute. Drops the Stout Shield. Oh no, he doesn't have the rest of the armlet. He's just missing the recipe. Yeah, the recipe, if I'm not mistaken. Luna sitting at bottom here. Has started up the BKB, so is going for a bit more survivability. BKB, I think, the right choice. Doom is invisible and has the speed aura. Oh my gosh. Speed aura Doom. It's not something that I'm too used to saying. But it is interesting seeing it. Luna is... Oh, okay, so Luna is stacking Ancients. No points into Glaives yet, so isn't going to be able to farm this that efficiently. And I don't think they're going to actually pull off that stack. Taking a look around, what does Lone Druid have? Lone Druid, wow, really? He went with a Hand of Midas. And he's taking a lot of damage. He needs to be careful. Even his bear isn't going to be doing that well. Yeah, Luna, this was a little too ambitious. I don't think you're going to be able to clear out the 3-stack. Oh, jeez, and he almost dies. If the bear goes down, he's going to die as well. Give up, guys. Give up. Please. Please give up on that. Ping's going down on Roshan. I guess that's what they think they're doing. But not exactly sure. Resummons the bear. Okay, so they really do want this stack. They actually managed to call over a few supports to tank for him as well. Tidehunter walks into the Roshan pit, not exactly sure where they are. But they're group farming right now, so that's all. Yep, and oh, Shadowblade. Shadowblade with the speed aura puts him at about 461 move speed. So right now lots of pings going on. I'm not sure Radiant side knows exactly what they want to be doing. Have to be careful though to make sure that they spread themselves out.
Looks like Dire's
Hasted Doombringer.
got disowned.
Oh no! Gets the Doom off, but it's not until after he was already on it. And oh, the Ravage goes down. He's taking... Oh my gosh, this is such a chaotic team fight. Darkseer wall goes down. Mambo's silenced thanks to the Doom. Everybody's on low health. Doombringer is walking around trying to find Mambo, it looks like. Shadowblade's away, although... He does get up a good amount of heal. So, again, another really kind of awkward team fight that, you know, started in some places. Oh, Doom. Doom's gonna end up dying. Oh no, Shadowblade. And they don't have any detection, do they? Nope. Jakira's got to watch out. One more attack, auto attack from the golem, and he would have died. Did Rubik? Oh, that was Rubik's golem. Okay, I was wondering why we had two golems out on the field. I was like, I didn't think he finished the scepter just yet. Rubik apparently managed to steal the golem. Oh. So good job by him.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Taking a look around, Luna actually got 2 levels from that team fight. So, skip the last point of Lunar Blessing and instead put 2 points into the Bouncing Glaives. It's a smart idea, I feel like, as she'll be able to farm more efficiently with that. Looking around, Lifestealer, did Lifestealer finish the armlet? Yes, he did. I don't think he died in that fight. I think it was Disruptor, Tidehunter died. Oh, Luna did get Lifestealer as well. After she... Okay, I'm still not exactly sure what happened in that fight. Oh, there's the Doombringer. Doombringer's found... Oh, good. Lucky Entangling Claws or good. You decide. Does have quite the damage, and they... Yep. He is going to get the kill on the Lone Druid. That's really a lot of damage to the Lone Druid, and I do agree with the Hood pickup. He did need it. The magic resist being at 30% though is still not going to matter. It's just so much damage that you have from Doom, from the Scorched Earth, and then Rubik also being in there as well. I'm curious to see how long he's going to have. Let's see, the duration is 180 seconds. The cooldown on it is 165 seconds. So if they force a team fight really quickly, he could actually pull off this golem. I kind of want to see him just drop it no matter what. Drop it with a couple seconds left. Do it anyway. You don't have it for long. I want to see. Does he do it? Does he do it? Drop it! He's going to lose it. Doesn't end up getting the team fight. Oh, and Venetsu on the Disruptor gets caught out pretty hard. And if he rages up, he's just going to be able to walk right through it. Yep. Walks right through it, kills him anyway. And now Bombo on the Warlock is going to be in a lot of trouble. But Luna's right there, pops the Eclipse, and he invests into the Rubik. So manages to keep himself safe. Warlock and Luna are going to have to retreat from this. Warlock only about another 250 away from finishing his Aghanims. Curious, this double damage rune is out.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
And okay, so we see drums being the next item up on Lifestealer. Luna, is that the rest of her BKB? Yep, BKB and Mithril Hammer and the recipe out to her right now. Doom diving really hard after that Shakira. Oh, gets Doom on the Warlock. Ravage is popped. This is a whole lot of damage, and yep, that's a dead Warlock right there, thanks to the Doom. Doom goes to get the kill on him. Rubik taking a lot of damage from Spirit Bear. Oh, and the glimpse all the way back. That's death right there for the Rubik. Lifestealer has to watch out, or not Lifestealer. Lone Druid has to watch out. Does manage to get a good entangle right on the edge of the fight. So, oh man, Luna's at low health. Pops the mech to save her. Shakira, though, is going to go down from the Darkseer with the vacuum. And I have to say, this is another really awkward fight. Lone Druid goes down as well, and it just feels like they draw it out so much. Lone Druid, or Disruptor, is going to be killed off by Doombringer. Rubik actually manages to get the kill.
Dire's mid tower could use a little
They are going to try and take the tier 2 out of this, which is... If they get the tier 2 out of that, I mean, I guess I think it's pretty obvious Radiant won that fight. And the Doombringer pick is actually working out really well for him. So kudos on using him as well as they have so far. I'm not sure. I guess he's going for a Veil. Oh, big kill there. Big kill on the Luna. I don't know what she was doing down there. They really needed to give up that tower. They didn't have any chance of defending it. Doom gets the kill. Has the Veil of Discord. So Veil, they do have a lot of magic damage, so it does make sense. Lifestealer's Open Wounds does allow them to lifesteal off of the magic damage as well.
Towers taking hits.
It's a curious pickup, though, I have to say. Tidehunter has the Blink Dagger finished, so we're going to have Blink initiations from Tidehunter. Drum is done on Lifestealer, looking around. He actually has... Oh. He's getting the recipe for the Veil now. I don't think Veil was the best option, to be perfectly honest. I think they probably should have gone for a bit more of a higher DPS. He does farm pretty fast though, so it's not like you need to get a farming item on him. I'm curious though to see what exactly they're thinking about doing. My personal... I think a utility Doombringer is viable. I think he's kind of a utility, but the Shadowblade feels like he's kind of not as well. I don't know. It's a little tough to describe what exactly the Doombringer is going for. It is going to catch out the Lone Druid again, though. I might have initiated with the backstab damage. Oh, and yep, this is instant death for the Lone Druid. It doesn't matter how tanky he is. This is really bad, I think. Oh, that was the stolen ice path. Oh, and gets Shakira with his own ice path as well. Oh, drops the rock. Warlock in, drops the rock, gets that, but the Ravage comes out. Ravage doesn't affect the Golem, though, so
Dire's top tower
they have to watch out. Golem. Oh, good glimpse. Gets the Rubik, and the Rubik's going to go down. Tidehunter's going to take a lot of damage. And so, I mean, they trade the Lone Druid, but they get the Rubik. Jakiro managed to live.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
And I think Doombringer is at about max move speed with everything that he's got there. Okay. Yeah, okay, so now it looks to be that he's going for the Assault Curious or the Shiva's Guard. Has picked up the Plate Mail. Does have decent armor. I think he would have been better off, though, going for one of those two earlier, though. And that's, in all honesty, that's my feeling on it. If he were to go for one of those two earlier, get the, get an Alpha Wolf. I don't think there's any around, though, right now. But if you were to go for the Assault Curious earlier, he could be almost there, I feel. And the Veil of Discord isn't going to help you as much. You know, it does give you decent regeneration. It does give you armor and intelligence. But I don't know how I exactly feel about it. It's still a little tough to describe.
Invisibility.
Taking a look around, looking at Luna. Luna does have Treads, BKB, Helm of the Dominator up. Not sure what her next item is going to be. Doom is looking to catch somebody out. I hope he does the backstab damage first. Oh, should not go in on this, though, at all. Oh, lots of damage disrupted there. Once his auto attack, he's dead. Lifestealer's going to come in. Oh, Lifestealer on the Lone Druid. They are doing a lot of damage to the Jakiro. Jakiro pops the mech. Jakiro pops the mech. Good wall vacuum combo. Gets the Lifestealer, or gets the Lone Druid. Rubik manages to steal Macropyre, so... Oh, no way of keeping the Warlock from TPing out. But right now, Radiant is putting on the pressure, and I have to say, like they lost the bottom lane hard in my opinion, but I don't feel like Dire Team really did enough with the advantage that they had from that. You know, they still do have the tier 2 tower up at Radiant side. They still have, you know, they still did manage to win both the other lanes, and there really wasn't any support rotation, nor did they really allow Luna to farm up. If we get off of hero level for a minute, I mean, Luna does have 106 last hits, but if you're looking at net worth, the three highest in the game are Doombringer, Lifestealer, and Darkseer. And I mean, if you look at the kills really do also tell a big part of the story. Lifestealer started out pretty bad, I mean, but since then he still hasn't died. Granted, he hasn't gotten a whole lot of kills, he's only gotten one kill and a bunch of assists, but Doombringer has really been carrying this game hard for him, and that was a big part of it. Doombringer in the mid really worked out well for him, and I have to give him credit for utilizing him as well as they have. Again, I'm still kind of surprised that he hasn't swapped up the auras. I feel like the regeneration aura from the Satyr is not too bad. I don't know exactly why he's kept it, but you know,
mid tower won't last
it is as it
longer.
is. Oh jeez, and Doombringer with a haste. Glimpse back, gets the Rubik inside of the kinetic field. They're just a lot of posturing going on. Lone Druid, though, meanwhile, getting attacked by the Lifestealer. Lifestealer does have Infest, so it is going to be able to heal up pretty quickly. And also is starting up an Assault Curious, so I guess Doombringer's going for the Shiva's Guard instead. Unless there's been a miscommunication, it feels like they're definitely going to be going for the Assault Curious on the Lifestealer, and the Doombringer's going to get something else. Oh, drops the rock, has a good kinetic field, but Tidehunter blinks in, gets the whole, gets that Ravage on 4. But this is another one of those awkward team fights again. Lifestealer comes in, oh, and he's going right after. He's focusing down on not Undying, Warlock. And they're losing 3. They're going to lose 3 here and not get anybody so far.
2 down.
Yeah, they managed to lose 3. Rubik is
3 down.
Rubik's under attack by the Warlock Golems. Still no Purge on it. No Diffusal Blade out here to get rid of them quickly, but not the worst thing. Lifestealer sitting on low health is going to be able to infest to heal back up if he needs to. And they get the tier 2, so now they've gotten down all the outer tier towers, and they're going to go onto Roche if they can. Obviously, I don't think that's what Lifestealer wants to do. And yeah, there it is, the second part of the Shiva's Guard.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Good mech charge used. Who has the mech? Must be Darkseer. Yeah, Darkseer has the mech and a pipe up, actually. And I don't think, yeah, there's nothing that Radiant or Dire Team is going to be able to do about this. With the double damage, he is going to be taking a lot of extra damage. The Roche, I will not. I'm a little surprised to see Lifestealer pick it up. I guess it makes a bit more sense. Does finish off the AC though, so okay, yeah. With the AC finished, I think it makes a lot more sense for him to do it. Lifestealer now doing really significant damage, and with the AC aura, is going to be doing a lot more. Doombringer sitting at level 17, so he's doing pretty nicely as well. Has the Shiva's Guard recipe in his inventory. And yeah, I mean, Radiant's definitely done a good job of recovering from the lost tri-lane, in my opinion. Rubik has Static Storm. So yeah, I mean, if you want to take a look at levels, right now, oh wow, and this is the biggest thing about it. If you want to show exactly how bad this has gone for Luna, Luna is sitting at level 13. She is being out-leveled by everybody else in the game, and she is the hardest carry on her team. So I think that goes back to what I was saying earlier. She was not really being given the space that she needed in order to farm up. Like they were having to protect this so hard that it just never was an option for them. And so right now she's very, very underleveled. Is sitting at 3, 4, and 5. Whereas you have heroes like Lifestealer. Lifestealer's been doing really good about finding his farm. And so has Doombringer. And it shows, and that's kind of what happened in the mid game. So, I mean, I don't think that Dire Team's going to be able to come back from this. The team fight, I mean, maybe if you get if they manage to get up a refresher orb, but I just don't feel like they're going to be able to do that and have everything else that they need. Warlock really needs the level 3 golems.
Radiant's mid tower's getting the 1-4.
They get the middle tower, okay. So an infested Doombringer now. Just out here looking for kills. Oh, that's interesting. When he's inside of the enemy, he gets the attack speed aura as well. So, taking a look around. Oh, they do see the ward being placed down by the Dire Team here. And Lifestealer wants to kill the Jakira. I'm kind of surprised that nobody's moving for that.
A pretty sight right now.
I mean, they did see him plant down the ward. A pickoff right there could have really helped. Although if they push the tower here, this could be the right move as well. I still don't feel like there's a whole lot that Dire Team can do. Warlock sitting up here off to the side. Oh.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's
They
bottom
are
tower.
starting to lose their bottom tower, so they are going to move to defend that. Lifestealer me.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
What's on the way to Doombringer now? TP scroll. Because no, oh, did anybody actually have a TP scroll? Tidehunter did. Darkseer did. Now Doom does as well. So decent for him. They do manage to steal off the stack from Luna. So she is going to be a little disappointed about that. Still not level 16 yet, so we're not looking at the best damage. Oh, does manage to get it right as it respawns though, so not the worst thing in the world. Ping's going out. They find the Lone Druid again. Lone Druid has the Maelstrom, has up a Hyperstone. The Hand of Midas, though, is really... I think the Hand of Midas hurt him. It was the wrong option. That early on, you had to go right for the Maelstrom. Because you needed items in order to fight. So personally, for me, there were a number of mistakes. I think Luna going for anything. I think, in all honesty, Luna going for the Helm of the Dominator was not the right option. Ring of Aquila drums would have been better. Does have 3,000. Still not sure. I guess she's going Butterfly. Sorry, guys. Curious to see exactly what they're going to try and do here. They do need to pick. And
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
this is not going to help them because Lifestealer can pretty much just rage up, get through everything. Oh, Tidehunter comes in, gets all 5 on that Ravage. That's a big amount of damage. They get the Disruptor. Wall goes down. Lifestealer gets the Jakiro. Doom on the Luna. Luna also takes the Shiva's Guard. Doombringer is following her, gets that kill as well. They do manage to get it. Lifestealer picks up one more, and this could be a full... If they manage to get this could be a full team wipe. Granted, they do have the 2 Warlock Golems, and Doombringer is going to be more than happy to get the gold from that, but... He's dead. This is a dead lone druid.
No idea how
Yep,
many
and
that
Doombringer
was.
gets the kill on that. It's beyond godlike for him.
Get the horns.
So, big fight coming out the way. They actually managed to fully team wipe. Disruptor was dead, and I feel like that's
Guess what's
it.
happening
There
at
really
the
isn't a whole lot
tower.
that they can do to come back. Warlock did man. Yep. So we'll see. I imagine, I don't want to be that guy, but I imagine we're going to be seeing GG any
No
minute.
breaking through the Dire's structures.
Oh, okay. Never give up, never surrender. Not a bad motto to live by, if I do say so, though. So, do get the tier 3 tower here. Glimpse goes back, sends Doombringer here.
Ain't looking good for the Dire's
Doombringer, Shiva's Guard, AC. Yeah, there just isn't a whole lot that they can honestly do. Uh-oh. Doombringer caught out in the dust, although I don't think they want to fight him at all. And yeah, I mean, they get the first of the tier 3 towers. The bottom one is taking a bit of damage. Top one's taking also a little bit of damage. Mech Charge gets them all back up into fighting shape. Yeah, I mean, I think you're really just looking at... You're looking at some very, very strong play from the Doom... Like, the mid Doombringer really worked out well for him. I mean, he's sitting on decent farm. Still has the speed aura. Find an Alpha Wolf, man, please. The amount of damage that you do with an Alpha Wolf is absolutely insane. I think, oh gosh, there isn't one on the map, so I can't remember it exactly, but it's a decent amount of damage. It's like 30% or something? No, it can't be 30%. 30% is insane. But you also get the ability to critical as well, so... Interestingly enough, get Radiance. Really? Radiance? Not sure if I agree with that. Seems a little, I don't think the damage right now is significant enough. Granted, I mean, it's not like anybody on that is really that tanky. Luna's sitting at 1290 health. Disruptor's 1005. Lone Druid's the most tanky, but Warlock is the most tanky of all the heroes on the other team, really. If you're talking about like just sheer ability to survive, I guess would be the best way to describe it. I'm curious to see that. I feel like they could be split pushing a lot harder with this right now. Right now, Dire Team just kind of turtling up in their base. I mean, not sure exactly what they can do. If they manage to get one really good team fight, Luna does end up going Yasha though. She really needed to just go Butterfly, in my opinion. Like, really needed that Butterfly, because Lifestealer is just going to absolutely destroy her, especially now with this Basher. Granted, Doom is just going to do aura damage to her as well, so it's not like she's going to be able to do that much. Jeez. It really... Yeah, I don't think there's too much that she can honestly do about this. So yeah, I mean, I guess I want. This isn't a composition loss in my opinion. I think it was just kind of not the right way to play it. The lone druid pick, to me, didn't make as much sense. If you would have gone Weaver and sent him to the off lane, that would have really, really hurt the ability of the Radiant side to win that lane. Because Weaver is going to get his levels. If you don't have a bunch of hard stuns on your team, Weaver is going to get his levels. And so I feel like that was the first mistake. It was picking up the lone druid and going offensive tri-lane. If you defensive tri-lane with the build that you were doing on Luna, that would work so much better. But it just... I feel like there were just a lot of mistakes in that. And right now, it really did feel like Radiant capitalized on him. They had the Doombringer that could rotate up to the top anytime that he really needed to. And now he's just going to be doing the damage here to the tower and backs away. But they're not able to do anything, even with a good glimpse from Venetsu. So, you've got a bunch of things that really just didn't kind of mesh as well together as they might have wanted them to. And so I'm not sure. So I'm not exactly sure. I don't think in-game, after that had already been picked, I don't feel like there was a whole lot that they could have chosen instead. Like, they had to almost go that way. Maybe they would have been okay with the Lone Druid being in the bottom lane. But even then, against the Lifestealer and Tidehunter, he is going to get really slowed down. See what Rubik managed to get. Rubik does get Lucent Beam, so you know, one decent nuke that he has, short cooldown. Not the worst spell to have. They do have a ward there, and they're going to be able to see it now. And this is it. I feel like this is probably it. If Radiant does, or if Dire Team doesn't do everything that they need to do. Oh, good Ravage. Gets 3 though only, but the 2 that he doesn't manage to get, has Refresher. Refresher Ravage. So, manages to catch the Warlock in the one that he doesn't do. This is GG. Yep, GG called here. So well played there by the Radiant team. And I felt like, well played there entirely, because I felt like they really managed to control the game well. So, just going to wait for them to finish off the Ancient. As I said before, I felt like this was actually really strong. Oh, does manage to get Eclipse. That's funny, Rubik. Nice job. So yeah, they just really played that out well. Did exactly what their lineup said they should. Managed to get really decent farm on the Tidehunter as well. You don't see too many Tidehunters in poor position get up for a Refresher Orb. So, got the farm they needed, got everything that they wanted. Pipe, mech, all up early. So, yeah, well played, guys.
That's a win.
Alright, thank you all for watching, and I will be sure to see you guys in Game 2. Alright? Take care.